most of you guys have watched me for a while know that I like beer memorabilia, beer advertising, especially the old metal beer signs, 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s, 10s. The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Good morning, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. Dealer with the Crazy Picker Life. It's Thursday morning and we are at the track again. Okay, I'm gonna get my run in, fourth run of the week, 2 miles minimum. Yeehaw! And then we'll go on and do the day. Today felt pretty good. I got my 2 miles in, about 10 minute mile pace. And then, Sam, what happened, buddy? Tell me in your own words.
Lizzie tripped.
Lizzie tripped? And then what?
Then they got owie.
She got an owie? Okay, what happened to you? Look up here. You don't know? Sis, what happened?
He got a little blood.
Yeah, but what happened to you?
I got some blood too.
Yeah, did you fall? Sis trips a little bit. Sam trips on top. Bam, on the track. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Disaster, 2-car pileup. Okay, so boys are finishing up out here. They did 3 miles, I did 2. Easy pace, easy day. I'm at work. I'm negotiating the last couple of days over some metal beer signs. Most of you guys have watched me for a while know that I like beer memorabilia, beer advertising, especially the old metal beer signs, 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s, 10s, teens, all the way back. And so I'm looking at some Schlitz signs. Somebody's unloading a bunch of them. I've been making offers back and forth to kind of feel this guy out. I think I'm gonna buy him if he takes my last offer. How's the run, Banana Peeler?
Crazy human. Good.
Yeah, you're getting in good shape. Where's your brother?
He's finishing up his last lap.
And here comes Benjamin after he finished up the 3 miles. How's your workout today, Ben?
Good.
Your arm looks like it's loose. Okay, well, I gotta get home for lunch and everything here and get some orders out, but a little later in the show I'll share some exciting beer advertising stuff. Dealer made a deal for 1,850 bucks. 1,850 bucks. Have I lost my mind? Stay tuned. All right, we got a little rain coming down. One UPS in the back. 9 or 10 USPS, I think 10 or 11 going out today. Okay, well, I'm gonna go down to USPS here. I'm excited to talk about this the Schlitz and Blatz beer sign deal that I just brokered, but I don't have time to really get into it. I want to show some pictures and sort of the dialogue that went along. Okay, through the rain and over to USPS. Woo, got my super van back. Super van. They did a nice job cleaning it. I've never had windows so clean since I bought it. Well, we're selling our first watch today. It's this this sort of vintage Guess rectangle looking watch. I believe we got it locally for $25, but I'm going to talk to Wheeler about watches a little bit. Wheeler, are you there?
Yeah.
We just sold our first watch today, I think.
Yep.
This
Guess
brand vintage rectangle watch. How much did we pay for that?
I found it in the bargain bin kind of thing at our local flea market for 25 cents.
25 cents. Do we have to put a battery in it?
Yeah, battery costs $3 on that.
Okay, so we sold it, I think, for 40 plus shipping.
Yep.
Do you know where it's going?
I forget, somewhere in Mexico area. Somewhere
Well, I don't know.
America.
El Salvador.
Yeah, Central America, that's it.
Yeah. We don't send a lot of stuff to El Salvador.
That's what I was saying, yeah.
So we'll see if it gets there.
Yep. I
So-
forget exactly what the style is there. It's a cuff watch, leather cuff watch, so it's like motorcycle or like rock star. I don't know the style, but yeah.
Whoa.
Some other place in the world apparently likes that. I
Yeah.
don't like it. It's not my style.
No, otherwise you would have kept it in your collection.
Maybe.
How many watches do we have now? And by we, I mean you.
I don't know. I'm wearing this new cool thing that I finally got strapped. It's an AQ38 vintage anti-digital Casio.
Whoa,
So,
dude.
it's a cool red.
So
Really
when you
small.
so when you find one of these cool calculator watches from the 70s, are you gonna wear it?
Nah, I'm gonna sell the 70s one. I might buy one for $15 at Walmart or wear one of these new rebadged ones, but I don't really like the calculator watch the same way.
Okay.
Kinda cool.
All right. So I'm starting to believe in your new watch thing.
Yep.
Okay, pack some more orders, dealer. Get off the dang camera. Let's talk a little bit about buying on eBay and selling on eBay. And mine has a little bit different twist. Some of you know I like beer advertising. I'm gaga over old Wisconsin brewery advertising. More specifically, things like Schlitz and Blatz. Those seem to be my favorites. Both of those have kind of a advertising history. Blatz has a little more corny history. Schlitz has some pretty corny stuff too. Really neat stuff. So I've been zeroing in on some older Schlitz and Blatz stuff, and I just haven't pulled the trigger for a while. Well, today I did. And do you ever have anything that you like to buy so much that it skews the amount of money that you would spend on it? Most of us have some weaknesses, right? So here's how I look at beer signs, and this is interesting. The metal advertising signs in general, the vintage ones, I'm not talking about the remakes, and I'm not talking about necessarily the stuff from the 90s or 2000. There's some of that too. The remakes are the stuff that's like rebadge old stuff that's coming out now, and you know, I'm not interested in that. Some of it's actually pretty well done, and some of it's even hard to tell from the original. But if you do a little study and a little work on it, you can certainly tell from the original on a lot of the 50s, 40s, and earlier stuff. So a couple days ago, I had a little free time, and I like to kind of peruse through the old metal beer signs and drool and dream over owning some of them. And I have bought some of them. Most of the ones that I buy, there's two varieties. Crappy, so they're cheap and they fit on my beer wall back there, which we're going to do some questions and answers filming tomorrow. Or it has to be one that I find in the wild and I have a real good shot at making money on it. So in other words, I'm buying it at wholesale. Well, I ran across a lot of Schlitz signs and actually a Blatz sign from the early 50s, 40s, 30s, Prohibition time. And I looked at it, and the guy looked like he was moving out part of his collection, and he had prices on there that were high or reasonable, depending on how you look at it. High for me to resell, reasonable from a retail standpoint, and a lot of watchers, and best offer on all of them. And so I started to look at them a little bit, and I was towards the end of the night relaxing, and I had a couple of beers, so maybe that loosened my bidding up a little bit, but I threw him offers on one, and then I discovered he had a few more, and so I ended up throwing him offers probably about half of what he was asking on 5 of his signs. Okay, let's see if I can show you those here. Okay, there's one old advertising. It's cardboard with tin on the front. There's an old Blatz one, There's another Schlitz one with the older Schlitz bottle. And then there's the King Kong of Schlitz tin signs, apparently. And that's the price that he wanted, $13.30 or best offer on that one. And so there's one more, and it doesn't show here. It doesn't show there, basically because I bought it. Uh-oh, my battery's going out. So back to my beer story. So I sent him these offers for half price, and they sat overnight. In the morning, he came back, and he declined one of them. He declined one of them for the Schlitz sign that he has listed for $13.30. I think I offered like $300 on that one. I just was like, yeah, that's, whatever. That's what I'm going to offer. The other ones, I wanted to see how far he would come off of his pricing. And he came off of his pricing like $50 a sign or something like that. Most of the signs were listed in the $200 to $300 range. And so I looked at that for a while, and I was really busy that day. This might have been yesterday. And so by the time night came, I sent him another round of offers, and I wanted to see if he would come down any farther. So I upped mine probably halfway in between my original offer and his offer. And when I make offers, I always put on there, thanks for your consideration. I'm never, smart. I never talk items down. I'm always courteous. I don't think I lowball. I mean, if somebody puts best offer, it's game on. If somebody has something listed for $300, I don't offer 30, but I'll start at half on certain things. And since I was in the mood to buy 5 signs, I thought that was okay. And in reality, I didn't think I would get them for that. And that's part of the reason I went for it, because I was like, dealer, are you really buying these things? Are you really going for it? Because once you get in, man, you're gonna be hooked. And so I was hooked. All right, let me show you this just to give you some point of reference. Now the same sign here that he was asking $13.30. Here's 2 of them. There's none listed anymore. These both went at bidding in June. $11.99 plus shipping, $15.90 plus shipping. It's almost $1,600 at bidding. So there's a hunger for these. I don't know the full story on them. I'm not like somebody who just knows everything about these. I just like the brand. I just, Schlitz was a beer that was made famous in Milwaukee by sending Chicago during the Great Chicago Fire of the late 1800s, early 1900s. I don't even know for sure. I don't even know the years. It just doesn't bother me that I don't know. But anyway, they sent down a couple rail cars full of beer to the firefighters and the people who helped in the Great Chicago Fire. Word spread. They had good marketing. They had good distribution. They became the -- beer in the United States for many decades. And then they kind of petered out, came back, petered out, came back, and finally the old recipe petered out in the late 60s, early 70s due to a number of reasons. They had an awesome run. Okay, so point of reference on that sign, 2 of them sold. The condition might be a little bit better, but not much. Up to $1,600 at auction, right? And this guy wants 13 or best offer. And he's a reputable seller. He's got 600 feedback, 100%. Got some other items that are high dollar, all that kind of good stuff. I follow up, and I give him these new offers, and I up my offer on the expensive sign to $800. So now I've got his attention, right? I'm not just some schmo lowballing all of his signs. And I also sent him a message. I said, hey, I really like these signs. Let's do some business. What's the best you can do for me on all 5 of these?
And so again, we waited overnight and got a response yesterday, today. Boy, the days blend together. I can't recall. It must have been yesterday. He told me I can do about 75% of the price, and he calculated them up, and he told me like $1,890 for these 5 signs. And so I'm like, okay, so what can I do here? I obviously don't necessarily want to hang on to $1,900 worth of signs. I mean, I've got a budget for signs for my office. I prefer to put them up and put them for sale, and then I cry when they sell. Oh gosh, it's funny. I have an emotional attachment to signs. Oh, I never thought that would happen. Anyway, so I do some calculations, and I think I'll list. I did buy them, by the way, not at that price, but I did buy them. I'm thinking to myself, well, I can list this very desirable, I guess. People are buying it. I've run into it before. These two sold for $1,200 and $1,600. I always was like, man, it's 90 years old. It's fairly scarce. It's a brown bottle. It's the first appearance of the bottles for Schlitz. It's Prohibition, pre-Prohibition, whatever. Don't even know. Don't even care. I just know it's valuable. And it's kind of cool. It's black with the red, it's a label. Whatever. I like it. Whatever. It goes for big money. I'm thinking I'll put it at $2,000. And then when it goes on sale, it'll go on sale for $1,750, right? Something like that. And I'll stop reducing it. I won't reduce it down much. I'll just keep it there. And somebody's gonna come along during the holidays. Somebody with some money, somebody who's looking for this thing, somebody whose parent, uncle, blah blah are looking for it. They ran into some money and they're going to give it as a gift, whatever, whoever buys these expensive signs besides me, it might sell and it will almost pay for the whole lot that I bought, and I'll get to keep some other signs. Now, I don't know if I'll put the other ones up for sale. I might. So the deal is $1,890, $1,890, or maybe $1,895 plus shipping, which would be probably another $50. So I'm like, all right, let's wrap this thing up. I'm not going to use my third round and make offers. I told him that I would do $1,850 free shipping, and then he has to throw in a Schlitz cone top beer can that he had listed for $115 or $125. So $1,850 free shipping, throw in the can. He went for that. I'm going to hang them on my wall, and then I'm going to decide. But I want to show you one more thing here. Let me see if I can cue it up. I just want to show you the amount of footwork that I did to get this deal done, okay? All right, let me switch this again. All right, so here's the footwork. You can see my eBay Messenger is open here. This is the first offer round that I made, and an email, and another offer round, and some emails back, and some more emails back, and some more emails back, and we wrapped it up. So almost a whole line here, like 25 messages and offers. So when I'm negotiating with somebody, it's not like a hit and run. I actually build a rapport with people where they almost have to do business with me. They're invested in it, that type of thing. Did I overpay? Well, yeah, a better deal could have come along. I have not run into that many situations like this. I got a cool Blatt sign, by the way, too. A really cool one, I think, in that lot of 4 Schlitz signs. There's other Schlitz signs and other Blatt signs that I'm interested in, but these are really cool. As long as the economy and the world hang together, it's as good of an investment as anything They will not go down in value unless a whole bunch of stuff goes down in value, and then we're just a bunch of furry monkeys running around the jungle trying to survive anyway. So I got these signs coming. I can make money on them now if I wanted to turn them over and wait a little bit. Be patient. I could make some money. I could sell some of them and keep some of them. I could sell them down the road. I could die and my kids could take them and sell them. So whatever. Don't knock my sign habit. Lon, if you're watching, I know what you're thinking. I don't know what to tell you, but it's an investment. This is what I invest in. You invest what you invest in. I invest in beer signs. Do the research. They're a good investment. Tomorrow night, we are filming a question and answer session. And I want to be clear on this. This is not a live event, okay? We are going to print all the questions we have that are good ones from before, or ones that we want to answer from the last few weeks or last month or whatever. And we'll take some of the new ones that have come in the last couple of days, and Wheeler and I will put a camera in front of us and we will answer them till we're done. Probably an hour. Questions and answers about cameras and that whole scene. There's going to be some other interesting questions and answers. Here's the thing. It's not live. So if you want to submit a question and have us consider to answer it, you need to put it down below ASAP. I'm going to stop answering questions on the site for the most part on YouTube. I'm going to do them live like this because I think I can get my point across without offending people, or without, my typing is pretty good. My thought process through type and text is pretty good, but it's not as good as verbally answering. And I think you can get some of Wheeler's input as well. So I think it'll be valuable. Okay. So appreciate everybody watching. Yesterday's episode was very long. This one, I just lengthened it quite a bit with this spiel about Schlitz signs and Blatt signs. Not intentional. I know many of you like long videos. In fact, everybody that I know said longer the better. Okay, so appreciate the thumbs up, comments, questions below, and all that good stuff. Appreciate all the subscribers too, and all the support. So I will end the show and we'll do some questions and answers tomorrow, along with maybe just a few little mini daily vlog things, but probably not much. Tune in tomorrow. Have a good night.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer Production.